Hello, everybody. Welcome to another podcast shorts episode. Today I have my parents with me. Welcome. Um, so today we're gonna actually have fun. We're gonna play a game. This is gonna be a little different than my other podcast shorts. But first, in the spirit of there's grace for that, I'm gonna start with a question. Um, so how can we as your family give you more grace? What, Mom?
No, I said I'll let him go first.
Actually,
say what you want to say.
I'll start first, okay?
Yeah,
And then we'll get into the fun part. Okay, so I don't know if we should talk about like all the family members or just the ones in the home because I live with my lovely parents.
Maybe just you.
Okay.
I think they need different graces.
I think the first thing that comes
all of them. Okay.
Well,
that's a little more okay. So this is what first comes to my mind when I think of the question, how can you or how can my family give me more grace? Actually, there are two answers, but let me just give one. Okay, one is in the realm of expectations. Did you know I was gonna say that, Mom?
I know.
Please go ahead.
I haven't thought about it.
Go ahead.
So I think this probably goes especially for my dad. Why is he writing things down?
I learn all the time. Please don't.
So in the realm of expectations, so just not assuming that I know what your expectations are, and just being more upfront and clear about what they are in different circumstances. And a lot of times I do know what the expectations are, but then sometimes I don't. Maybe that's nuanced situations that don't happen all the time. So yeah, I think that's where my family could give me more grace. Who wants to go next?
Well, my wife said I should go. Well,
all right.
Thank you for throwing these questions up. And I'm asking that you children will give us a little bit of slack, a little bit of grace, of giving us the benefit of the doubt of wisdom and experience when it comes to judging our motives. Because most times, I think from experience, what I've found out, even lately, is that you don't know where we're coming from. If you have the mindset that these are your parents that brought you up, that have raised you in this certain way that you have been raised, they must have good intention. They must have good plan for you. Just like even our Heavenly Father has a good plan for us. Even as your earthly parents, we have the greatest plan for you, and we wish you all the very best. And sometimes we may not come across the way you really are looking at it, but if you have the mindset of just saying that, well, I may not understand why daddy is reacting this way, but let me find out. Let me ask him where he's coming from and give us that grace that because we look at things more panoramically from the vantage point of experience of life that you have not had through. So we may bring some things up from that vantage point. So grant us a little bit of slack, get to understand that better. And you know what? It's going to be
all cool.
Lit.
Okay. So you want us to lead with curiosity, not assumptions.
Exactly, and
okay.
not judgment.
Okay. Thank you, Daddy. How about you, Ma?
Okay, and I don't think mine is too much different from my husband's. Give us the grace to have our opinions. Because even as young adults, you guys are now at the point where, you have your opinion about things, and, we listen and we give you grace for that. But like Daddy said, don't prejudge our motives when we have our opinions. Just give us the grace that we're entitled to those opinions, even if they clash with yours. And I think it would be nice if you give us the grace, because it's not going to be too long at all before you see some wisdom in those opinions that we hold on to. Even your sisters who already have children, already see. I remember with one of our daughters, we had a big fight over her wanting to do a sleepover when she was 14. And she was very upset and she wept and wept and wept. And it was like the world was coming to an end because she couldn't attend the sleepover. But then just 4 years later, when she was 18, she looked back at the experience and she was like, that was just stupid. Why was I even crying about that? That's not even anything important. So all of a sudden, and then when she had her own child, she now said, Mom, I don't even see myself releasing this child to anybody's home overnight. So, she didn't think that the opinion that we held at that time made sense, but in time she found out. So if you just give us grace to hold on to the opinions that we have on various issues, I truly believe that for the most part, it wouldn't be long at all before you probably also share that opinion.
Wow, that is it's very interesting, Mommy. Thank you so much for sharing. It's kind of controversial and I have a lot of questions, but this video is for something else. So we're not gonna get into that too much. But
We'll do another video on that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, once again, thank you all for being here. We probably only have about 10 more minutes at this point. So, do y'all know what generation you're part of?
Yeah, we are baby boomers.
Baby boomers, yes. Okay, so the name of the game is, how well do my baby boomer Nigerian parents know current-ish slang? And I say current-ish because me, Seth, I don't know the most current slang. I really don't. So some of the stuff I'm gonna say, some of y'all might be like, this one is old from like years. I'm like, well, it's new. I'm sure it's new to them. And
give us the old and new.
Right. Yeah. So current-ish slang. All right. So let's start with this first one. Number one.
We're gonna fail this one real bad.
So if somebody came up to me and said, your parents are the GOAT, would you know what they mean? Mommy, you know? Okay, wait. Mommy knows. Daddy, do you know?
All best something. Yeah. Some kind of
greatest of all time.
Or something.
Greatest of all time.
Yes. I mean, that's similar to what I said.
Yeah, good job. At least you didn't know the acronym, but you knew the sentiment.
Yeah.
Oh, but your mom is the GOAT, or your dad is the GOAT.
But I don't want my kid to say I'm a goat.
They didn't say you're a GOAT. You said you're the GOAT. The greatest of all.
Yeah, the greatest of all time. But when you say GOAT, it all depends on the way you say it.
Okay, so you know what they mean.
And say, oh, I hope they don't say you're a goat. Maybe they say goat or something.
Well, communication.
You'll know what we say, what we mean.
Once you know what they mean.
Very stubborn, going back and forth to.
Once you know what they mean.
That's not what they mean.
Okay.
I'm surprised. Okay.
You are really surprised.
Yeah.
Because you take us for granted a whole lot.
I take you for granted, Mom.
You do.
I think you mean something else when you say that. I underestimate you?
Us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of times. Yeah.
Okay. So how about
English
that's another thing. My mom is also a lawyer and she works for the juvenile defense, So it doesn't surprise me that you would know some of these, but I think some of them it surprised me that Daddy knows. Okay, so this next one, if you said something and then somebody said, that's cap.
How
do you spell that? CAP?
Yeah, that's cap.
Oh, that is nonsense. That is not a good news or some kind of false.
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
Okay. Cap. Okay. What about you, Ma?
That's a lie.
Okay. How did y'all know that?
Did you say cap?
Cap.
Cap.
So if somebody, yes, and then if somebody said something to you and they said no cap.
No lie. Tell me the truth.
No lie. I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah.
No cap.
Yeah.
But where's the origin? How did you say? Why do you guys make up new?
Languages evolve.
And you want to make it legit. Now it's going to go into the lexicon.
What about the legit now that you're saying that one wasn't always the thing? Fall victim to it. Now that is so y'all know cap and no cap. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. I don't. Okay. How about?
Don't be playing with us now.
Clearly. Okay. So how about if somebody says that slaps? That slaps.
That slaps.
Oh, it's like I'm coming from the way it sounds when you say that slaps. Oh, that hit me in the wrong way.
Okay.
That slaps.
Okay.
Just
like. Yeah, like okay. That's a little hard for me to swallow kind of thing. That's
Okay,
tough.
okay.
So
Let
what-
me give you, well, let me give you context now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just made, so Dad, actually, let's use a real life example. The other day, Daddy made me and Mommy's favorite food, ishu ateng. He
Yeah,
made yam and
and
egg
eggs.
stew.
Okay.
And what if I started eating and I said, Daddy, this slaps.
Oh,
Like, this is awesome. Oh my goodness.
So is that what it
Give
is?
me the opposite.
yes. Ah, nice.
Lord have
Okay.
mercy.
So that's what
Oh,
yeah, you guys are
because
just,
I remember that egg stew was really good.
Okay, my daddy threw down, okay?
this generation is from
Mars.
From Mars.
not even from
Oh, yeah,
Mars,
it's
from
true
somewhere
because
else.
men are from Mars.
Yeah, and not,
This
not from
gener-
Venus.
Women are from Venus and
I
this
think
generation
one
is from
no, yeah, Pluto.
the one that's not even a planet anymore. Didn't they say it was no longer a planet? Okay, so slaps you all didn't get.
I'm enjoying this 2 out of 3.
Okay. Uh, if I say I'm shook,
Yeah.
I'm shook.
Yeah.
Shook like SHOOK.
Yeah, I'm shaking like that surprised me or that hit me or
Okay.
something. Yeah.
Daddy,
You're shook.
Shaking.
same. Or you have a different opinion?
I just follow my wife when I don't know it right. I follow the leader.
Yeah, that's what it means. So instead of shaking up, they say I'm shook.
I'm shook,
Now
yeah,
I'm shook.
yeah,
I'm
I've heard that.
surprised. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like oof, I'm shook. Like
Yeah, yeah.
that, yeah.
oh,
Okay.
okay. Well, thank you. I mean,
You're
I
welcome.
may not remember it tomorrow, but
Yeah, like the shook is like the walk or something.
but are these words really getting into the mainstream
Yes,
of
Daddy. Yes,
communication?
they are.
Of communication.
I can call any of your children now and ask them what it means or
But do you
Communication.
think that this will eventually be accepted in
Mainstream English,
scientific
not
write-off,
scientific arts.
English?
yes.
It's possible because
Yes.
they
Especially
they slide it little by little.
Because if I'm asking someone to write an essay to me,
yeah.
and I'm going to mark them, and they're using
Probably
all this
still not acceptable in
and-
essays.
and writing all these things.
Definitely
I
It
not
depends.
acceptable
Maybe
in
if they were
essays now.
quoting somebody, they could say it, but if they were using it in their own words,
Not
maybe
just,
not.
Not
But-
at this point.
But
But languages do evolve, I have to say
yeah,
that.
and
Languages do evolve.
and you know, you want to make sure people understand your message, so you want to talk in the way that they
Exactly.
can hear you. So I understand. I've been slow to,
Adapt.
embrace some of these
Embrace, yeah,
because of
yeah,
that. But at
yeah.
the end of the day, if that's what, and if it's not negative and that's just what people know, then why not slip it in every now and again,
Every now and
Okay.
again. But not speaking
yeah.
sometimes.
Okay,
Sometimes.
so this one would be funny. Okay, so if somebody calls you a Karen
Karen.
or says you're being a Karen, what do they mean by that?
I have no idea.
There have been a Karen?
Yeah.
A Karen. Karen. You are being girly.
No,
Can
No.
they say that to a man too?
like
Yeah, they could say it to a man, I think.
Yeah.
You're a Karen.
Okay.
Maybe you are.
Being
Maybe
naughty.
you are.
Or if I could say it about somebody else, like, oh, one time I had this neighbor, she was a Karen.
Just
Eh. Maybe.
obtrusive or just can be a pain in the butt.
Yeah, but in what way? Because Karens are a pain in a very particular way.
Oh. Nosy.
You're
No.
getting close, yes. So Karens are what we describe as normally is white women. A white woman, and a Karen is a very white woman name, right? So they might call somebody a Karen who is minding somebody else's business, maybe telling on some, the neighbor. Daddy had a Karen, I think, in our old neighborhood when, you were walking the dog and then somebody called the police on you.
Oh, yeah.
That was a Karen, that's Karen-like
That
behavior.
is a very stupid, ignorant.
Okay.
That we had lived in the neighborhood for how long? Like over 10 years?
Exactly.
Okay.
And then someone
So
thought
they
a stranger was walking the dog.
Other
don't-
people's
They
business.
don't mind their own business.
Yeah, and then
So a
usually they're
Karen,
wrong
Yeah.
about whatever they're accusing you of or telling on you about. So yeah, but
my
people have called
goodness.
Black people Karens too.
That's a shame. I have a lot
But
of
there's
Karen
quite a
friends.
number of
I have a
people.
lot of girls named Karen. That's a shame
Hopefully
that
they're not,
they're not.
Karen-like.
They're not Karen-like you described.
Yeah.
But so that means,
But if somebody says
That's a
a
shame.
Karen, that's what they're
Okay,
talking
all right,
about.
now I know.
Okay,
You're
nosy,
welcome.
nosy.
Okay, so if I told you all to spill the tea, What am I telling you to do? Daddy, spill the tea.
Just tell the truth.
Just tell it.
Just tell it the way it is.
Tell out the secret. Bring out
Let
the secret
out.
Yeah, let the secret out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So spilling the tea is
It's like
tell the
spilling
tea,
the
exactly.
beans.
Yeah. Yeah.
spill the
So
beans.
if
That's what I
something
thought
just
about that.
happened and somebody will say, "Oh, spill the tea. What happened, please?" It's kind of like it could be gossip or just secretive things.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sometimes people use tea for other things that aren't as, specific,
Okay.
but
Let out the secret.
yeah, spill the tea, Daddy. Let me know. And my parents, it's so funny because you all sometimes they think they're being secretive, and I know exactly what they're talking about. So these people, if you please,
Like what? It's just like speaking a foreign language.
No.
Like a better than one.
You see, let me just tell you this right now.
the phone
If we are-
talking in code, I know
if we are-
exactly what y'all are talking
No,
about.
that is it.
I
If you
cannot
are,
hold water.
that is it. If you are in the room,
Mm-hmm.
then I know that you get it. For goodness sake, you're 29 years old. If you are in the room at my
Okay.
air shot, I already know that you know it. So I already know that you know it.
Okay. How many more should we do before we end, and then we do part 2 later? Abby, because we
Maybe a couple more.
okay.
I mean, what about the timing of your thing?
Yeah, you don't want.
Well,
5 minutes left, 5 minutes.
it's fine. I already decided I'll post it to
Okay.
a longer form, so it's fine.
Okay.
I'll do maybe 3 more.
Oh,
That's a lot, right?
That's
Okay.
Let's see how it
If
goes.
know
do you know all this or you are checking
them,
something?
I know them. No, this is just a list I wrote.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So if somebody told me that I'm a catfish, what are they telling me?
Oh, you don't have a spine or something.
Spineless.
Spineless?
I don't know.
Also,
If you're okay, mommy, you don't know?
are you a catfish?
Yeah. Okay. So if somebody met me online, for example, or they've only seen me on Instagram and then they see me in person and then they tell me that I'm a catfish.
Oh,
You're better than you look.
that is
Yeah, you're better live than
Online.
online.
It's kind
You're a
of
catfish. You're a beauty.
it's kind of the opposite.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's like you faked online and in person, you're not who you appear to be.
oh my
Okay.
goodness.
There's actually a show called Catfish
Oh,
Okay.
where people expose people for for acting like they're one way. They'll post somebody else's photos as their own, and then they meet them and they're like very different from their photos.
Oh my
So is it
goodness.
difference in
Visual
appearance
appearance,
or
usually
in
and personality.
yeah.
Usually in appearance.
Usually
first.
it's physical appearance.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
And
That's
so,
what you know
and another
first.
thing, a new thing is people say hatfish. So like there are guys who are bald who will wear hats all the time, so you won't even know they're bald, and then you meet them and you realize they're bald. They say, "Oh, that's a hatfish."
Oh,
Oh.
you lied
So
about your hair.
It's basically cat.
And you see that
You lied about your hair.
and you see that is one of the dangers of this social media
Online dating.
interaction and dating.
It's one of
Yeah.
the. It's
I
one
mean,
of the dangers.
already-
Like
But we
everything.
know
Like
about it.
You're
everything
already
is dangerous.
falling in
Yeah.
love with
With a catfish.
with a catfish,
So you.
and then you see the real one,
Yeah.
and your heart just sings, and oh my.
Right.
So what I advise, translate from online to physical real quick. Real quick.
Thank you.
Online is a good beginning, but transfer
Thank you,
to
Mommy.
physical real quick.
Okay.
So like, for example, Love is Blind. Mommy watched it a few episodes.
Yeah.
Daddy didn't, but
Yeah.
they were talking behind the wall.
Yeah.
And so you're getting to know each other and they're not supposed to say anything about their physical appearance. But one time this girl said, "Oh, some people think I look like this celebrity." So he had in his mind what the girl looked like. And then when he met her, he was like, "No, you lied about that. Like, you don't look like her." She's like, "No, I didn't say I look like her. I said other people think I look like her."
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
oh my goodness.
He felt like that was a catfish because you presented
was-
yourself as
He
differently
was,
than
he,
how you
was, he was a catfish.
are. Okay. Okay, let's pause this. Hold on.
Exactly.
Okay, so we got interrupted because we have other responsibilities. Look, the 3 people you're looking at are the 3 most busy people you'll meet in your life. Okay, I get it from these people. So if you want them back, make sure you put it in the comments that my parents should come back. Love
See
y'all.
you
Thank y'all
later.
for
See you
doing
later.
it.
Thank you.
Love y'all for
Appreciate
watching.
it.
There's grace for that.
There's grace for that.